Hi, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Hope everyone's having a good week. Wanted to jump on and chat with you guys tonight. So if you end up hopping on here live with me, make sure that you say hi. Hanging here in the kitchen with the puppies. They broke my Diva ring light the other day and they knocked it over. So I'm waiting for a replacement light to pop on so I can come in the mail from Amazon so I can replace that, and hopefully that's the right size and everything that I needed. So to be determined. Gotta love my animals. They'll probably bark at some point in time, but you gotta roll with it and gotta do what it is that you gotta do. So need some water because I got some fun stuff to talk with you guys about. I just finished up a live video inside of Burnout to Breakthrough, my Facebook community, and I talked all about planning your quarter two goals. So planning out quarter two, which is April, May, and June. I just did that training inside of the group, Burnout to Breakthrough, about how to lay that out, what things you should be thinking about. Hi, Kelly. And just getting your guys' mindset in, okay, what do I need to do to move my business forward as far as getting my shit together, right? Because we all need to have a game plan for what it is that we're doing. So just finished up quarter one. So I think something that's really good to remember for all of you is make sure that you're taking the time to celebrate what it is that you accomplished in quarter one, right? Like time flies by so fast. Like before you know it, it's like been 3 months and you're like, holy shit, like when did it become April already, right? Like it goes by so quick. And so we have to take in the time too when we're going through something to be able to anchor in the celebration of what it is that we did. So if you don't do that at the end of the week, at the end of the day, at the end of the month, at the end of the quarter, that's definitely like a practice that you want to start embodying so you can really feel into it, what it is that you're doing. So if you do daily celebrations and in the moment and things like that, that's amazing. But allow yourself to create space to say, okay, what did I do in this quarter? Where did I want to be able to go? So that was the training that I just did inside of Burnout to Breakthrough. But today's training on here, and other plug too, if you guys are looking for lots of like strategy and tips, I did a sales and discovery call podcast today. So that just came out on the Burnout to Breakthrough podcast. So got all the different outlets for you guys to get some training and some really, really good information. But I'm going to talk more so about like some of the energetic stuff on here tonight. So with trusting in your business is what we're going to be talking about, and really embodying like trust and surrendering and going into that next level. It is scary, right? Like I remember like in the beginning stages of growing my business, like the trust thing was really, really hard for me because I couldn't see the next step. I couldn't see the future. I couldn't see the outcome. I didn't know anything for sure. And when you're growing into your business and you're making decisions from that next level version of you, you have to have a lot of trust, right? Because you're kind of shitting your pants as you go through everything and as you're doing it. And in the beginning for me, that was really hard to do because I could only really see where I was at right now. And I could see, one step ahead of me, but the future, that next level, that, the level that everybody else I felt like was at, right? The stories that we tell ourselves, that seems so far away from me. And I was like, okay, how am I going to be able to get into that next level when I'm here right now? And like it, right back then, right now is like struggling in debt, feeling overwhelmed, not getting clients. Like I was in that place, a couple years back too. And so I could not see, like everybody tells you to like, just trust and go with it. Like that was not going my way because I could only see to that place. And so something that I teach a lot on is like, okay, how can you embody that next level version of you? How can you make decisions from that next level, but taking in the trust? So there was definitely times where I would make decisions from that next level version, or I would say yes to something, but I didn't have the trust and I didn't have the surrender. I was so terrified. I was so scared. I let fear get into the way that things weren't possible. And so trusting into your business and really being able to go all in is that in itself. It's saying, you know what, no matter what, I'm in this. I'm in this for the long haul. Make sure you guys say hi as you jump on. I'm in this for the long haul, and I'm going to trust that I'm being guided and that I'm following my intuition, and I'm here for a purpose, and I'm here for a reason. Because all of you that have businesses and that you're following your heart, you're doing what it is that you love to do, like you were put on this earth for that reason to follow that. And it's really scary to be able to do that, right? Like it requires a lot of trust, a lot of belief in yourself, a lot of putting yourself out there, a lot of vulnerability. And when you're able to just surrender to the fact that okay, if I show up and I take inspired action, I do the strategy, I put myself out there, I get deeper with it, I understand everything, I do the inner work too, that I'm going to find the people that are meant to have soul contracts with me, that are meant to be my clients. And so trusting in yourself with this and that too is not just like going and pushing and forcing and hustling and doing all the things, but saying, okay, I'm going to do the things, but I'm going to trust and surrender that this is going to be it and this is going to be enough, and that I will keep going and I'll keep being consistent with it. And it's that mentality of like, what if this all works out and what if this is amazing, versus spending a lot of your time and the energy of like, oh, I can't do this, I'm getting down on myself, what if this doesn't work, what if I don't make my investment back? Like, we have all these fears, right, whenever we're going into that next level. Hi, Lori, I miss you, good to see you on here. I was excited to see your little head pop up. I love like just watching everybody's little faces pop up at the bottom. But when we're growing a business, like, you gotta have a lot of trust, because everybody around you is like, WTF are you doing? Like, why would you make a decision when you're not there yet? Or what does that mean? But that's how you bring in that energy. When you trust and you surrender to the outcome, you're not attached to it. Like, you know it's gonna happen, and it becomes a knowing. It becomes like, yes, like, I believe and trust into my heart that this is what's going to happen for me. And so I had to explain this to my tax guy, who is very, very linear. And he's like, Erin, you made a lot, like, you made a lot of money, but you also made a lot of investments in yourself too. And I'm like, I have to keep going so I can keep growing, because that's how I'm in integrity of what it is that I do. I'm like, I always work with a coach, work with multiple coaches. I put myself out there and I trust and surrender. And he's like, well, I've really watched you grow over the last couple of years. And like, kind of helping him understand that, because he thinks I'm crazy, and a lot of people do, which is fine, because it doesn't work on linearity, right? Like, the universe works on you getting into alignment, and you getting into alignment is you trusting in what it is that you're doing and trusting in your efforts and being consistent. I laughed the other day because I was, like on the memory side of Facebook, it had something from like 5 years ago when I was like brand new into network marketing, and I was putting out like these like gosh awful like pictures of just like the product. It was like, buy my thing. Like, I didn't know any better at the time. Like, that's what they were teaching me to do. But I was consistent with it and grew and, trusted along the way that, yeah, it might not have been working in the beginning, but I was able to keep going and keep growing and keep taking that inspired action. Like, the consistency thing is amazing. But what I really learned over time was that it wasn't about time, that it was about me getting into alignment with the next level version of me and embodying and trusting it. Because I always had so many fears or beliefs or blocks or so much inner shit that was popping up, instead of allowing me to just be me and put myself out there. So again, that trusting and that surrendering is knowing that you're doing the things that you need to do, but you're releasing to the outcome. It's the same thing when a client reaches out to you and they want to sign up to your program, or you get on a sales call, or they're going to sign up for your network marketing team or whatever it is. We hold on such a tight grip of like, oh gosh, it has to be this person or this thing. But guess what? Like, again, you have soul contracts with everybody that's out there. You know that if you are putting out amazing information, that you're showing up, you're sharing your heart, you're putting out story, you're providing value, then have the trust and belief that the right people are going to come to you and the right people are going to feel your energy. You have to make sure that you're putting out your energy, sharing out your story, and all those different things too. So again, that trust and surrender takes the next level version. It's scary. It's definitely takes some vulnerability, but when you do that, you just really start to tap into like this whole new like portal of things that don't make sense when you just go first, and the rest kind of follows. So less worrying about time with trusting and surrendering, and more just allowing yourself to kind of go with the flow and understand that things are going to happen along the way, that you don't put time into it, that you know that this is your life's mission, this is your life's work, this is your life's purpose to help people. Like, we're put here on this planet to be able to guide people, to be able to help them. And if you don't put out your offer, if you don't talk about the thing that's going to change somebody's life, then you're hiding back your magic from somebody else that really, really needs whatever you have, and you have some connection with them that they're going to need to be able to come to. But if they can't find you, if they can't see you, if they don't hear you, they don't know you exist, or they don't know about your product or your program or your service, like, how are they able to have their life transform? So be unapologetic when it comes to putting out the thing that you desire and putting out the thing that you know is going to help people, that you know is going to change their life. And you focus on knowing that if you do that, you do the work, you also, you do the strategic work for the business, right? But you also do like the inner soul work, which is usually what ends up like cock blocking us half the time, is that deep-seated inner work. And know that if you're doing both of those things, that's what's going to be able to grow you into that next level. That's what's going to shift you. That's what's going to take you light year. So trusting and surrendering in both of those things, which is, something that we talk a lot about inside of Burn and Release. And if you guys are not signed up for the masterclass tomorrow, it's 100% free. And with my masterclasses, I take you through a whole experience. I'm not here to just sit there and tell you all about the program and all the things. I'm like, let's actually go through what it's going to feel like to be inside the program. And if you're on the masterclass tomorrow night, somebody's going to win a free spot inside of the program. And I'm going to explain some of the reasoning of why I decided to do that. Outside of that, it just like felt good in my heart. Because again, it's an embodiment of what I teach, is to be open to the things that make sense, no sense. Be open to the magic. Be open to the miracles. Don't expect things to happen on time. Expect them to be in alignment and allow it to feel good. And so when I put that out there, the other thing that I shared with everybody was too, is I'm like, be aware of what feelings are coming up for you. If you think that that's not possible for you to win, or you believe that somebody else, it's destined for somebody else, it's not destined for you. Because I have this conversation with my clients so much. They'll say so many of them are getting ready to or have surpassed that 10K mark, and they're really growing and they're scaling in their business. And I'm like, are you open to 5 people? And I ask this to my clients that I also work with people that are brand new into their business and really into that scaling piece. I'm like, if somebody came to you tomorrow and you have 5 people that said, hey, I want to sign up for your program, or I want to sign up for your one-on-one coaching or your opportunity, and I want to pay you in full, like, are you open for that? And they're like, oh shit, no, like that wasn't even a thought. So I'm like, you have to be open to the things that make no sense and the magic and the miracles, and be able to celebrate them and to be open to receive those things without fear or doubt or judgment or any of that. Hi, Thea. Yay. I hope you are. I hope everybody that's jumping on is excited to be selected, because that's the energy that we want to bring to it, right? Like, this could be for me. Like, you take inspired action by showing up and saying, you know what, I'm going to carve out an hour of my time to let Erin take me through some NLP things, and have an experience of this webinar and this program, tap into it, and then who knows what could happen from there, right? So like, you're open and you trust and you surrender, which all kind of ties back into that. And so trusting, surrendering, being open to all of this, putting yourself out there, taking that inspired action, that's a huge thing in our portal of receiving. And we talk about this inside of the program too, is being open to receive. And being open to receive, there's things like justification, there's things like, or being able to put ourselves out there. I talk about it as, I explain it as like a portal with about 20 types of different doors of why we might be blocking abundance and things like that. So we definitely dive into that here. But if you think to yourself, like, yeah, I'm totally open to receive, but if you justify or lack the gratitude, or kind of forget the celebration, or, things just kind of come and go, or you feel stressed out, or whatever it is, like, all those things will either make our receiving doors close, open, or they need some WD-40. So we kind of narrow down which things are going to be into your receiving portal, so then you can jump and shift and do all those things. So that's my favorite thing in the world to talk about, to be open to receive. You can say hello to doggy number 1 back there, but that's going to be tomorrow night. Hi, Annie. I just saw that you jumped on too. It's going to be at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time tomorrow. I'll put the link down in the comments. You guys can come get an amazing experience. I will be taking you through some NLP techniques, which is going to be really fun if you guys aren't familiar with neuro-linguistic programming. There's a lot of that inside of this program too. So that's what the program is about. So if you want to experience it, come hang out with me tomorrow. You'll get an amazing experience whether you decide to sign up or jump in or not. But I had a few people ask me how long the program was, and it's 4 weeks. It's about 2 to 3 trainings per week, and you get access to the program even after it. Eileen says, working on receiving, just realized I don't allow people to help me. I was blocking myself. Yeah, that's a big one. And I used to be that way too. Like even as like a little girl, so again, this goes back to some inner child stuff. I'd be like, I can do it all by myself. Like, I felt so much stress asking for help. And even if I did ask for help, then I kind of waved through it. So I would feel so much stress asking for help. And then I get to a point where I could finally ask for help, but then I would need to justify it. Like I needed help because of something, or, you know, I would want to be able to have helping. And I was like, yeah, I'm like receiving and I'm helping. But I would go into this whole like list of reasons of why I needed help or needing to do something back for somebody, instead of just being the one that sat back and received it and said thank you. And so a lot of my clients or people that work with me, they know whenever they give me like a compliment or something, I say thank you, I received that, because that was my way for so long from stopping me from justifying it or from like needing to say something. But I usually, you know, always give them gratitude back as well. But it's just something to be aware of, is there's, you know, receiving money, receiving clients, it pops up into so many other areas of our life. And when we can start to understand where that's coming in from, allowing us to own our power, allowing us to own our magic, allowing us to step into that next level version and trusting, it's like all the things start to happen up there. And that's why I ended up creating this program, is because it took me 5 years to figure half this shit out, to be able to really embody it. So for me, things go from a knowing to an integration to an embodiment. And I talk about this whenever you have a breakthrough, whenever you're learning something, you know it at first, you start to integrate it, and when you really see the transition, the shift is when you embody it. So if any of you are watching this and you have a coaching program, or you have a one-on-one opportunity, or you have, you know, a way that you make sure you're embodying your teachings. So what I did over the last few weeks is I went back through all the old training videos of a previous round of burn and release, and I took myself back through all the techniques again. I took myself through all the NLP techniques. I took myself through all the magic. I did the ceremonies that I teach inside of there. I did the meditations to get myself into an embodiment of what it is that's coming up. So no matter what you teach on, whether it's strategy, whether it's health, fitness, business, mindset, your product, whatever it is, get yourself back into a place always of embodying the program that you're getting ready to put out there. Because you will notice the vibes of it attract people inside, because you are going, and you're going first. You're putting yourself out there. You're holding that space. And again, like we were talking about, like you have a contract for those people, and that energy is going to put yourself out there, and people are definitely going to feel that. So I love that. I love all of you. Thank you for taking about 20 minutes to hang out here with me tonight. And if you jumped on live, I did say that I just did a training inside of Burnout to Breakthrough all about planning quarter 2. So that was a little bit more strategy side. So I talk about energy, and I also talk about strategies. So if you guys want to go check that out, it's in Burnout to Breakthrough on how to plan quarter 2. I'm going to go get some tacos and hang with my puppies, which you can kind of see them. Maybe not over there. One is there. One is down by my feet. So thanks, guys. I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you for allowing me to do what I do. And have a good rest of your night. Goodbye.